Every GD hacker explained in 15 minutes by GD Explained. Let's get into it.
Sari. For years, the Geometry Dash leaderboard has stayed pretty stable, with top players holding their spots for long periods of time. But in the very first months of the game, the number one player would change constantly. That was until a brilliant Korean player arrived and held the crown for quite a while. Sari. In January 2014, Sari took the number one spot on the global leaderboard with over 2,000
Why are the captions saying Siri?
stars. Not only that, but he also became the first victor of the insanely hard demons, the Hell Zone, and its sequel, the Hell World, even before it was rated. Sari was the first player to reach milestones like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, all the way up to 10,000 stars, all while remaining at the very top. During his time in 2014, he also made levels of his own, such as Collaboration, which helped popularize collabs in the community, and Red World. But in October 2014, Sari suddenly disappeared. Throughout all of Update 1.9, he was completely gone, only returning once when Update 2.0 released to post a short comment on his account saying, "Sometimes," before vanishing again forever. Even during his peak, Sari rarely recorded any of his completions, which raised a lot of suspicion in the community. Looking back today, with everything we know, it's certain that Sari's achievements were hacked. We need to remember that back in 2014, Geometry Dash was only available on mobile, and Sari claimed to have beaten levels like the Hell series and even Silent Club in just a few days. These were levels that took years for other players to legitimately beat for the first time. There's also a screenshot Sari posted while building.
So Sari's just a big liar? Bro, Sari, what are you doing, man? I actually trusted you. No, I didn't.
Showing him doing a straight fly that would have been physically impossible to perform on mobile with the refresh rate he had. This strongly suggests that Sari used speed hacks for his completions. Neptune. Neptune is mostly remembered as a creator known for
I beat a level by Neptune. Electrodynamics V2, I think.
popularizing the famous V2 series. He recreated every main level from Stereo Madness all the way to Toe 2. He was also one of the builders who helped Sari decorate the original Red World. At the time, Neptune was also considered one of the best players because he verified his own levels, and they were among the hardest in the game. Levels like Necropolis, Deadly Clubstep, and Toe 2 V2, earning a strong reputation as both an amazing creator and a skilled player. Everything changed in June 2015 when a player named Axum uploaded a video exposing Neptune. In the footage, the saws inside his levels would suddenly change the direction of its rotation when he entered certain portals, which was a clear sign that the runs were spliced and put together. After that, Neptune tried to deny the accusations by commenting on his YouTube channel, but the evidence was too strong. Eventually, he stopped responding, quit the game, and disappeared completely from the community. Andromeda. Back in 2015, many players were competing to become the best of all time. Among them was a rising Scottish player named Andromeda. He wasn't just an amazing player, but also a talented creator. He was not only the creator of the hardest circles level at the time, Poltergeist, but was the verifier of one of the biggest mega collabs ever made back then.
The Ultimate
Ultimate Phase. Andromeda quickly became known for demolishing
The Ultimate Phase has so much aura.
Cataclysm, ICDX, Breakthrough, and Necropolis. But unfortunately, that success wouldn't last long. Not long after Update 2.0 was released, in August of 2015, Andromeda uploaded a video to his YouTube channel confessing that every single one of his major achievements had been hacked. It's still unclear how exactly he cheated, but it was most likely through speed hacks, since cheat detection was much less advanced back then, which made it easy for him to get away with it for a while. But the story doesn't end there. After his confession, Andromeda decided to keep playing the game legitimately. Over the following months, he managed to redeem himself with the community by rebeating every single level he had originally hacked. Even though he eventually fell behind the newer top players as the game evolved, Andromeda remains one of the most memorable figures from Geometry Dash's early history. Cyclic.
It's kind of like
The first time he
spaceuk
got
because he
attention
came back
from
and
the
redeemed
community
himself,
was
right?
when he posted a screenshot reaching 50% on Cataclysm, the hardest level at the time created by G-Boy.
Wait, I would have been a top player in 2014 because I beat Cataclysm. It's my hardest. So I would have been a top player. I would have been better than Riot in 2014. Yeah. Guess you could say I'm the GOAT.
Didn't have any victors yet. Later, he managed to reach 86%. Many players were racing to be the first to complete it, but Cyclic would end up being the first one to beat the level. Not long after, Cyclic also completed ICDX. Those were the two biggest achievements at the time, but it was clear that it wasn't enough for Cyclic. He started to
Love Roblox?
No!
Roblox digital gift cards with
I'm cutting that
Microsoft
out too.
Rewards.
feel pressured because many of the top players were coming up with their own levels. Riot with Bloodbath, Andromeda with the Ultimate Phase and Poltergeist, so he had to create one himself. Still in 2015, he created the hardest
Sonic
9
Wave?
circles level by far, Sonic Wave.
That's
which
not
competed
Sonic Wave?
with Bloodbath as the hardest level
Oh,
at
it's
the
old
time.
Sonic Wave.
It was rated for a short amount of time, but then unrated because Cyclic didn't have a verification video claiming that he didn't record it. After that, he kept completing levels like Abyssar Phantasm and a new Cataclysm, and in March 2016 he previewed the Hell Zone, a remake of a 1.2 Extreme Demon that Sari had hacked in the past. But that was when Cyclic's story took a turn. In his verification video of the Hell Zone, there was a frame where his icon disappeared, suggesting the use of start positions in the video. The very next day, Cyclic posted a message admitting and apologizing, saying that both the first and second versions of the Hell Zone had cuts in the videos and were hacked completions. That shocked everyone, including Riot, who confronted him on Skype at the time. It was there that Cyclic confessed to everything. Every single one of his completions was hacked. Cataclysm, Abyssar Phantasm, Sonic Wave, all of them. He would later come back to join some collaborations, like making a part in Misanthropy and participating in 2024's Doggy December, but he never truly returned to the community. Anaban and
Damn.
Team Hacks. This is the only case that someone wasn't hacking the game pretending to be good, but actually hacking into the game's servers. It all started with a secret group called Team Hacks. At first, the group claimed they just wanted to improve the game. They were responsible for tools in the game that we use, like the Unlimited Objects hack, but that quickly changed. They began creating cheats like NoClip and Speed Hacks, tools that gave players unfair advantages, so in response, RobTop tried to patch the exploits, but every time he did, the team managed to find another way to implement them, until RobTop finally gave up to work on other stuff like the next updates. Things got worse when a programmer named Anaban found
2.2.
vulnerabilities in the game that
Because
allowed
those-
him to break into
like, there's
well-known
just no
player
way.
accounts. EVW, Vibrant, Michigan, and even RobTop's account. He ruled the game and could update any account he wanted, including their levels. RobTop managed to fix it, and Anaban's last act was updating Bloodbath to his last message. Hacking this game was fun, but this is the last time you'll hear from me. Some will be happy, others might not be. I just want to say one more thing. If you have a dream or a goal that you might have thought to be impossible at one point, don't give up on it. Achieve that goal. Goodbye. After that, in February 2017,
For a hacker, it's pretty inspirational. Goodbye, Anaban.
mysterious streamer named the Hacksaw27 started broadcasting live on Twitch, hacking into dozens of Geometry Dash accounts right in front of everyone. During these streams, he broke into many profiles, showing he could do whatever he wanted. The Twitch account was banned shortly after. Eventually, it was revealed that Hacksaw was an old member of Team Hacks that took advantage of unencrypted passwords. He merged thousands of guest accounts into a single one named Team Hacks. This caused many old levels to be stolen and reassigned to the Team Hacks account, even the daily at the time. Also, the password of a lot of accounts was leaked in the process, leaking a lot of levels that were not out yet, such as beta versions of Finger Dash, Low Death,
Oh yeah, wasn't Low Death and Black Blizzard leaked?
Black Blizzard. RobTop had no choice but to shut the servers down completely to fix the damage. He started restoring some of the most important accounts, but it was already too late. Some accounts were lost forever and some started to be run by impersonators. That caused a bunch of creators that didn't have their account restored to quit the game, like Team N2 did. Fortunately, RobTop managed to increase the security of the servers significantly, preventing any attack of this magnitude from happening again. Noctifly. Just like Sari, Noctifly caught the community's attention by star grinding. Back in 2017, he managed to get 20,000 stars in 3 months and became the top 1 player on the leaderboards. But not only that, he was also an insane player, beating stuff like Sakub in Hell and Red World Rebirth. But everything he built up went down with one level, Zapkiel. Zapkiel was a level both Noctifly and Darwin worked on, and it was a top 5 at the time. But when Noctifly's verification video came out, there was a huge problem. There was a very suspicious freeze with a black screen near the end, implying he cut the video. Soon after, Noctifly would claim he beat Death Corridor Z, Artificial Ascent, and some other super difficult layouts. But here's the thing, all of them had insanely suspicious stuff. It got to the point that a lot of famous figures from the community, such as Riot and toshdeluxe, reunited to make an exposal video about him. In summary, his Death Corridor video probably used a macro, his Artificial Ascent video, which he beat on his first attempt, showed more jumps in the end screen than you can actually do in the level. His Zapkiel video had a point where the background cut and changed position. One of his icons in the duel of Sakub in Hell didn't move, implying it was an invisible semi-auto, and he even claimed that he died at 98% on the Hell Factory, which is impossible, since the max you can die at is 97. It's kind of funny looking through it, because it really seems that Noctifly wasn't trying to hide he was cheating at all. It was so clear and some stuff was so obvious. In response, Noctifly tried to deny everything, either making dumb excuses or just saying it was a bug. At this point, basically the entire community was against him, and even RobTop himself banned him from the leaderboards and changed his name to Hacktifly in GD, which is pretty funny to be honest. Finally, Noctifly gave up and admitted that every major achievement he had was hacked. He changed his name to Noctalium and quit the game a few years ago. toshdeluxe. Yes, the same toshdeluxe that helped expose Noctifly. In 2017, he verified the top 5 level Double Vortex, which was a huge accomplishment for him, since he had never beaten anything this hard before. It raised a lot of suspicion. One day, Nepesta made a video pointing out something extremely weird in Tosh's copy of Double Vortex. It had this bizarre pattern of saws with 54 objects in total at the very top of the level, which no other version of the level had. Nepesta also found that there were exactly 54 clicks in the level that could fake an auto with blue paths, suggesting Tosh verified it in a semi-auto version and put those saws there just to keep the same amount of objects in the level. In response, Tosh made a video saying that the saws were just objects he was using to buff the level, and that Nepesta's video had nothing but assumptions and no solid evidence against him. Nepesta brought a lot of his friends like Technical, Golden, and the entire Demonless moderation team to try to expose him, and this discussion lasted for a long time, for years without a conclusion. Until 6 years later in 2023, when the YouTuber Spaceuk found irrefutable evidence in the section of the wave in Tosh's gameplay. There was a point where the wave touched the ground and particles appeared. The thing is, in low detail mode, which Tosh was playing on, the only way for those particles to appear was if the wave touched a blue pad, not the floor itself, confirming once and for all that Tosh had cheated and used a semi-auto version to verify it. And finally, the case was solved. The guy who previously helped expose a cheater became the cheater himself, spaceuk. spaceuk was one of the biggest prodigies the community had ever seen. He started playing in 2020 and his 5th demon was already the top 1 at the time, the Golden, which he managed to beat in just 3 to 4 months of playing. After that, he kept beating extreme demons like they were nothing. His biggest verification was, without a doubt, Slaughterhouse, the level that finally dethroned Tartarus from the top spot. Over time, spaceuk ended up beating every single level on the demon list, and even won the Geometry Dash awards in both 2021 and 2022 as the best player. But everything came crashing down in April of 2023. The top player, Paco, posted a video pointing out that in many spaceuk's completions, his click sounds were slightly earlier or later than the actual inputs. Even worse, you could hear it.
I'm not gonna say anything about Paco, and no, it's not what you think I'm talking about, or it's not what anything you think I'm talking about. I'm just saying, the pauses and silent clips that are kinda sus. Not saying anything else.
Second click at the start of most completions, which strongly suggested he was activating a macro to play for him. After that, spaceuk admitted that every single one of his Demon List completions was hacked. He had used a simple macro tool called Zbot, and for over 2 years, he managed to fool the entire community. spaceuk's cheating was far more impactful than any before. He stole the #1 title and countless achievements from other players, and since the community was already much larger, he also took in a lot of revenue from his videos and verifications, which, to his credit, he later returned much of. His exposure made the community and the Demon List far more alert about cheaters and greatly raised the standards for verifying completions.
Wow. Alright, that was every GD hacker explained in 15 minutes. If you want more from me, just subscribe to the video. If you see this, subscribe to the video. And yeah, we're gonna get into other stuff, so I'll see you guys soon. Bye.